Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to start learning Arduino from the very basics. So if you are completely new to electronics or programming, don't worry, this section is made only for beginners. So before we begin, in today's section we will learn what an Arduino board is, the different section of the Arduino Uno, the power pins and the ground, the digital pin, the PWM pins, and how real-time data works using Arduino. So in the next video, we will connect the Arduino to the breadboard and build a real circuit. So Arduino is a small programming electronics board we use to control hardware like LED, motor, sensor, and display using code. So you can think Arduino as a brain of an electronics project. So now let's look at the Arduino Uno board. On my screen here, I'm using the Tinkercad. It's an online virtual electronics. So you can see here, I displaying the Arduino board here using the Tinkercad. Okay. So first of all, we'll talk about the power pin. So we talk about the power pin. Look at my screen here. You can see we have the power pins here. So we have the V in, GND, 5 volts, 3.3 volts, reset, and every other thing. So now let's talk about the V in. The V in is is an input. So if you want to connect an external source, external power source to the Arduino board without using the USB cable or the power jack here, then you can use the V in to connect from an external source to the Arduino board. So now, okay, the GND stands for the ground. So before we go to the ground, let's talk about the 5 volt pin. So the 5 volt pin is an output to connect to an external source from the Arduino board to any other output device, such as the breadboard. So to connect to the breadboard, we can supply power from the 5 volts here to or the 3.3 volts here to the breadboard. Okay, so now the GND stands for ground. So ground is very important. Electricity must always come back to ground. So if the ground is not connected, the circuit will not work. Okay, that is if the ground is not connected to the external source, like external source whether you want to connect to the breadboard. So the ground must also connect to the breadboard. So now let's talk about the digital pins. Looking at the digital pin here, it starts from 0 to 13. The digital pin starts from 0 to 13. So we only have two states in a digital pin, which is the high and low. So high means it's on, high means it is on, or we call it a 5 volt. So low means it is off, or we call it a 0 volt. So when it is off, we call it a 0 volt. That means it's returned back the voltage to 0, which it is the ground volt. Okay. So now, what do we use the digital pin? The digital pin, we can use it for a lot of things. We use it for turning on a LED light on and off. We can use it for reading a button press. Okay. In the digital pin, we also have what we call the PWM pins. Now let's talk about the PWM pins. So some digital pins have a small teeth symbol. You can see we have a this symbol here, which is just the equivalent symbol here. So you can see we have 3, we have 5, we have 6, we have 9, we have 10, we have 11. These are all PWM pin. PWM stands for pulse width modulation. So this allows us to control power gradually. You know, for example, let's say controlling a LED brightness. Now, let's say we want to control a LED brightness. Here. We want to control this LED brightness here. So we will use the PWM to control the brightness. Is either we should control how bright the LED is gonna be. So we use the PWM to do that. So if we are using the digital pins like the 13 and the 12 or the 2, it's just only going to provide the brightness of the light according to the current. So but we can use the PWM to increase the brightness, reduce the brightness. So we can also use the PWM to control a servo as well. Yeah, we can use the PWM to control a servo. Okay, so we can use it to control a servo as well. We can control the speed of the servo and reduce the speed of servo and increase the speed of the servo. So, but always note that all PWM pins are digital pins. All the PWM pins are digital pins. So they are all digital pins. Okay. Need to delete this. All the PWM pins are digital pins, but not all digital pins are PWM pins. Not all digital pins are PWM pins. So I want you to know that. So now let's talk about the real-time data. What did I mean by the real-time data? The real-time data means the Arduino is sending information continuously while it is running. So, a number can change every second. So, and a sensor value can also update every second. And also a LED responding immediately. So all these are real-time live data in Arduino. So Arduino sent a real-time live data. So you can see here on my screen, I'm using the Tinkercad, software. So it helps us to understand Arduino better. So we use the Tinkercad, which is an online Arduino simulator. So the Tinkercad allows us to see the Arduino board, write code, and see the result in real time without physical hardware. You can see in my screen here, I can navigate to the code. This is the code where we write the programs to control the Arduino. You can see we have the void setup, we have the pin mode LED built-in, which is this LED built-in. Yeah, as the output, we have the void loop. This loop continuously run. So this one only runs one. This is a continuous loop. So we have the digital write pin LED built-in I. You can see I there. That means going to power on this LED built-in. So it's delayed for 1000 milliseconds. So digital write pin LED built-in low. It means it's going to switch it off and delay for 1000 milliseconds. Okay, that's approximately 1 second. Yeah. So now that is it for the Tinkercad. So it's an online Arduino simulator. It's not only used for Arduino, it's used for a lot of things as well. So the Tinkercad allows us to see the Arduino board and write code, and also provide real time without the physical hardware. So in today's section, we are not using the breadboard. So in the next section, we'll be using the breadboard. Okay, so let me show you a quick one on how let me run this code and let's see how the LED built-in lights is going to show. So now I'll click on start simulation, and you can see the built-in LED light is powered. You can see it switches on and off. I low is returning power to the ground, GND. So it's providing a light using you can see we have the pin mode LED light is using the built-in LED light. So you can see it is on I low using the digital write. So that is how it works. Okay, so I stop the simulation. Okay, so in the next section of the video, we will connect the Arduino to the breadboard and build a circuit step by step. So in the next section, we will also do some practical aspects. Okay, so that is it. So in the next session, we also connect the Arduino to the breadboard, and we will build a circuit step by step. And we will also use the breadboard, connect LED lights, use the digital and the PWM pins practically. So if you found this section helpful, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next section. Thank you.